Why was Abraham the first Jew? Why not Noah? Why not Shem? Why not Aver? They were great people, monotheists, people selected by God for great mission, which were not chosen as the first Jew. We all know that the entire world was saved because of one human being. Each and every one of us owe our lives to Noah. Was he not worthy of being the first Jew? Why it is that the nations of the world are called B'nai Noach, the children of Noach? Why aren't the Jews called B'nai Noach as the founder of the Jewish people? How about Shem and Aver? We meet both of them in this week's parsha and in last week's parsha. Shem, Chazal say, is Melchizedek, the king Melchizedek, who comes out to meet Abraham after the great victory and says, Koneh Shamayim va'aretz, he's a Kohen Le'el Elyon, he's a priest to the God on high, and he believes in the God who created heaven and earth, a monotheist, and a kind monotheist, a king of Melchizedek of righteousness. Avraham in this week's parsha is called Avraham ha'ivri, Abraham the Hebrew. And the Midrash says one of the reasons he was called the Hebrew, Aver, is because it comes from the word Aver, his forebear, who came many generations before him. So Noach was a great tzaddik and a monotheist, believed in one God, and the world was saved because of him. Shem and Aver, Chazal even say that there was the Shiva of Shem and Aver, where monotheism was studied and taught. How is it that they were not the first Jews? What did Avraham have that made Avraham specifically the founding father of the Jewish people? Says the Rambam, you see from the mission of Avraham, Likro b'Shem Hashem. The first thing Avraham does when he comes to the land and builds a Mizbech is Likro b'Shem Hashem. Says the Rambam, to call others to the service of God. Yes, it is true that those before also called to Hashem and served Hashem, but they didn't call others. Hayam makri acherim, he would teach elukuto, godliness, and the values of righteousness and godliness, and all those spiritual values to all around. Avraham, from the very moment we meet him in the beginning of the parsha, we know it's a nefesh asher asu b'charan. That Chazal say already they had already created souls, they had already impacted on tens, if not hundreds of people, already in Haran. And the first thing he does when he comes to the land, and consistently, is calling out in the name of God, bringing people tachat kanfei hashchina. In short, Avraham saw himself as personally responsible, not only for himself, as Noach, Shem and Aver did, and as righteous as they were, but outward facing, to be able to bring others in, to impact on others, to take responsibility for family, for community, for society, and the world at large. That is the beginning of Judaism. Not only individual righteousness, as important as that is, and it is important, but taking on the responsibility for tikkun haklal, for the klal and the olam, to see ourselves with a broader responsibility. And I say in conclusion, that is why you see the word bracha 5 times mentioned in the beginning of the parasha by Avraham. It says, Vagadla shmecha, I'll make you great, says God. Vehei bracha, and you will be a blessing, a source of blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you, etc. And then it says again at the end, V'nivrechu b'cha chol mishpachot adama, all will be blessed through you. You, as opposed to those before you, are a source of blessing, of light, which will bring light and blessing and warmth to all those around you. And halavai, each and every one of us in our individual family, communal society, and lives, even on a global scale, may we all be a source of blessing and bracha, a source of light, because that is the essence of the Jewish people. Tikkun haprat, to uplift and perfect ourselves, but tikkun haklal, to be outward focused and taking responsibility for all of those around us. Shabbat Shalom.